They're gonna go Wraith King.
All right, I like Wraith King versus Bloodseeker. You buy that the blade mail, rupture me. I dare you. Don't do it. That's the key thing. Do not rupture the blade mail Wraith King.
He just is gonna dance all over you.
He's gonna taunt. He's gonna run, and he'll be dancing on your grave.
It is pretty good to use against Mirana though. It's a hero that does not like to be ruptured.
That's true, but you also have to close in on her and all of that damage dropping down from the Star Storm. So.
Well, what are the weaknesses of these drafts? For Secret, you don't have a solid stun. Newbee, they have a pretty nice combination already. Fire Blast and the arrow. But it still is like pretty good control in an unconventional variety out of Secret.
Yeah, it's just different. It's like, it's not force control in a way, right? Like silence and rupture and stuff, but you still play a certain way. You're stuck inside this blood, right? You have to go a certain direction. It's a little bit chaotic. You never know when the global silence is going to drop. It pressures you into certain item choices. All those pretty irritating to play with.
Sort of wanting to take out one of the heroes that really flourishes in that chaos by banning out the PL, who's been seen more and more rise to prominence as this group stage has continued on. You just pick up a heart, defuse a blade, and you start running at people, drain their mana, make their life hell.
And I know Secret's been playing this Dark Willow too, which seems awesome with Rupture, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, being able to terrorize someone, rupture them, and just forcing all this damage. It's reminiscent of like the swap with Vengeful Spirit, which could be an option here too if Newbee decide to ban out the Dark Willow. I think that's just what Secret would take first, would be Avenge right out of this phase. They're gonna go with the Nyx Assassin ban. So something that Newbee have been playing, but doesn't, you know, go that well into Silencer and Bloodseeker. So possibly guarding a couple of the picks that they like to go for, particularly like some of those Int heroes.
Crystal Maiden is still in the pool for Newbee if they wanted to run that as well.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess I'm trying to think of what would be the reasoning behind wanting to ban out the Nyx. I guess it is also really good, you said in heroes, but against the Silencer and finding him. Maybe you think about another hero that can sneak into the back and get their eyes on the Silencer. Come out before the fight even starts.
That's a pretty good reason to have Nyx. It's also just kind of annoying for a Bloodseeker to deal with. These are both a lot of AoE spells, so you can do some Carapace games, stuff like that. They've been playing a little bit of Bat Rider, they've been playing some Queen of Pain, and there's the Dark Willow ban, and what I assume will be a Team Secret Venge pick. If they don't go Venge, is Chen? Chen is actually still in. That's interesting. Although you're picking Chen and Mirana, so I guess that's enough to dissuade them.
It's also kind of weird just with the player-hero combos. It's probably like a Yapsor.
Ooh, they reveal a core instead. Very atypical.
I guess that they're prioritizing this, saying this hero is good enough, particularly against like the Wraith King, with that stun not being able to get him inside a strafe. Like this is kind of an interesting little look at the Team Secret mindset. Probably one of the more erratic drafting teams over the past group stages.
They are very hard to read during the draft. The fact that they've had such consistent plays like over the past like 3 games is an anomaly. Other than that, their drafts just seem totally random in the order that they take. And okay, so they're gonna go for the Wyvern now. This hero looks good, but like I think easy follow-ups to Cold Embrace from both Bloodseeker and Silencer. You can do plenty of damage to people who are being tend to be saved like that. And Winter's Curse is, it's like okay, but I feel like if you Winter's Curse defensively, Bloodseeker's so fast he just catches right back up to you anyway.
Yeah, I'm wondering almost if they wanted it as like a deny pick. If you look at Winter Wyvern in that lineup, I guess it's a little bit sketchy, but like just giving Bloodseeker so much damage by having really solid harass. That might have been one of the thoughts by Newbee. We have also seen KP play this like Meteor Hammer Winter Wyvern, and if you do manage to have that as a follow-up, that could be quite strong. It's gonna be the Epsor Rubik.
It is a bit of flexibility, I suppose. But all right, so Rubik, I just saw him lose another game. I believe he's currently 1-9 at the event.
He needs his Arcana.
The players are doing everything they can to give this hero a couple buffs. But so Rubik, to me, I feel like he just needs a really strong laning partner. So far, he's a Clinks and a Bloodseeker, so that is well set up. And they have the 10th pick, which is possibly a mid. I mean, this Clinks and Bloodseeker can go in all 3 lanes. So they'll go back for the Ursa, which is someone who can kind of brawl around here with the Bloodseeker. And Newbee have to decide what their support duo is going to be. Is it Winter Wyvern and Wraith King, or are we going to get ourselves a different 4 hero here in the 10th pick, or well, 9th pick for them?
I will say it's, You talk about atypical, a little bit strange that Newbee is going to be most likely leaving that SCCC hero already on the map. Usually they end up taking it in the last phase for him. I guess hypothetically it still could be, but it'd be a very, very wonky draft.
Yeah, support Ursa is interesting. I don't see any reason why it looks that incredible here. I feel like getting on top of Bloodseeker and Clinks won't be the easiest thing, so. I haven't got to see too much of the support Ursa. A little bit more common before the event started. I feel like once we got into the actual group stage, it hasn't been happening as much. Very similar to like that Venge offlane core or Venge position 1 core. All over pubs, not so much in the actual group stage itself. Yeah. People just sticking to position 5.
I think that there might have been a couple that we've missed off stream for us, but it is definitely situational and depends on what the picks are from the opposing team. Ban now coming out from Secret. They're taking a while to think about it because it is a very odd looking draft. What are they really missing here? Got like Teamfight, don't really have the greatest tower hitting. Probably Mirana's the best. Evoker. I guess securing the outer towers with the skeletons and Wraith King might be decent for that, but
if he's even the core that
right,
is,
exactly.
Kind of looks like he'll be support. Like, or at least they're hedging their bets on that as Team Secret. They're just saying what kind of a last pick mid could ruin us a little here. And they'll choose Invoker, which I think is a fair guess at that one. Team Secret, they have the mid 1 hero possibly. They have the Fada hero possibly. They have the Ace hero. It could be any 3 of them. The Ember Spirit is still in the pool, and they don't have incredible control for him. There's some issues, like he can't lane versus an Ursa, for example, but they're going to get to see this pick from Newbee first, so Newbee have to ban here with that last pick in mind.
I kind of like the idea of like a mid 1 Bloodseeker and then a Fada Clinks and then pick something else for Ace, but they have good, yeah, I was going to say Meepo, but no,
that Wyvern's pretty good for that one, yeah. Fnatic have that one figured out. First pick Wyvern every game, and you can always consider Meepo.
So, they are really taking their time with it, Newbee. I don't know if there's anything that really wrecks them in this draft. I guess you have a couple of heroes that kind of want to stay on one target, particularly with the Ursa. Wraith King helps to make that happen.
Yeah, I kind of feel like they're currently set up so that this would be a... yeah, okay, so I think it's going to be an SCCC hero here. It'll be like Ursa and the Wraith King in the off lane. It'll be SCCC on the Lina in the mid lane, and then we're going to have probably the Wyvern and the Mirana in the safe. Can mix that up for sure, depending. They could put the Wyvern with the Ursa in the off lane, or they can do Mirana or Wraith King to try and set up for arrows. Looks pretty solid. And you're not going to want to send Clinks or Bloodseeker mid versus the Lina, so that's why they went for the ban on the TA.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. Well, one final pick for
5
Secret.
5 seconds remaining.
I guess that's a cool way to do it too, is that, all right, we're going to pick a hero that's really good mid against the 2 cores that you've shown, so it forces those out of that role.
So last time Secret was against the Lina, that was Serenity. I believe we were casting that one, and they took the Dragon Knight for mid 1. He was playing a lot of it at the start of the event. He's picked up a couple more times since, but they definitely slowed down on the hero.
Other ones that they've played out of the mid role, Arc Warden. Not really sure how that matchup looks against Lina, but they're going to go for the puck.
So that must be, I assume it's Fada. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, they're taking their time picking. We'll find out. It's a Yaps or Ruben.
No, you go first. Sure. I don't want to show you anything. Don't pick any of your heroes.
They're looking at Puppy like, you picked us puck? Do you know what meta this is?
They're trying to make him play it.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Come on, man, please. So yeah, we'll be fought on the puck. And we'll have an Ace, Clinks, and mid 1 on the Bloodseeker. So Bloodseeker's interesting versus Lina. It's not a 100% like Lina's just going to dumpster you if they decide to even do that matchup. Who knows who's going to what lane, but it is a, like, you got to get your double nukes, you got to hit both of your spells and use that so the Bloodseeker can't regen up. Downsides to Lina is that she can't really deny the Bloodseeker that easily. Her right clicks are terrible, so if you miss your spells, then mid 1's obviously just going to be able to sneak right in there and regen up off of those
5
creeps.
5 seconds remaining.
That's definitely something to watch for, and I feel like whenever you're playing a Bloodseeker against any hero really, but particularly one with that high nuke damage, there's a chance you just die, like off of one missed input on your right click or whatever ends up happening. We'll watch that lane, see how things work their way out. As far as rotating supports,
rotating Ursa.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think the Wraith King Ursa is really strong. I like that as a dual lane. I wasn't sure. I kind of thought the Ursa might be a little bit better in the core role there. Just either way, they're both just going to be these 3.5s. Like, Kaka needs a blink, and that's why it's kind of this weird hero to have on support, because it's not like an Earthshaker who needs a blink. Like Earthshaker, yeah, he needs a blink, but you've seen those PPD shakers. He doesn't get a blink for like 30 minutes, and the game still goes fine, because he just hides in the fog, he soul rings, he has tranquils, he throws out fishers. You know, it was very 2016. It was a great time. Ursa, he can't really do that. He's got to get in there. And it's a lot harder to get in there on a Bloodseeker or a Clinks or a Puck without a Blink Dagger.
Yeah, Puck in particular feels like that one's going to be tough. And I think that they're going to try and probably put the... Well, I don't know.
Look at these spammers. That's CCC and Yapsor. 11, 12. You know who's pressuring their captain during the draft? That I can tell you.
Pick me this. I swear it's good.
Dude, I'm so good. Look at my relics.
You
you see how many 2-hero stuns I have?
Puck does not have a lot of relics. This is not a hero that Fata plays all that often nowadays, at the very least. Sure, a hero that he's very comfortable playing on from his older days. As a ward, gonna head out there early. One of the benefits of playing on this Puck is you're gonna be able to secure yourself a good observer ward placement in the off lane. Just off the back of the illusory orb. And oh my god, are you kidding me?
It finally happened.
Newbee!
All right, so I saw some talk about this today.
Oh,
because we were talking about how there's Io, Ursa, and Wraith King are being picked like on the same team. And now that Wraith King's finally meta and Ursa's finally meta, you can actually attempt this. The first level 1 Roche in what feels like forever.
And they've got the arrow to help assist with this. You do not think that this is a level 1 Roche team at all. Not in the least bit.
This would be the greatest scout in the history of scouts if somehow Secret found this. Good luck, have fun. Oh, buddy. Good luck and have fun indeed. The Salves are being traded. They've got one left here on Kaka. Execution again with the arrow.
They have no idea. Oh my god.
Haha, you laugh.
The level 1 Roche. I'm ready for the chat wheel spam. Bring it to me. And this is going to be really good because it's only sharing experience through a couple of these different heroes. And Kaka moving in for the last couple swipes. Easy peasy, level 2.
Touched an Aegis once.
Wow. All right, Newbie. Let's see. So level 2 on the Mirana, level 2 on the Ursa, and it is level 2 on KP2. So, wow, we were talking about having some 2 3.5s. Great way to start it.
Arrow?
By giving them that.
They're going to try and chase it down. This guy's got an Aegis. You think he's stopping for anything at all? Yep, so way to draw first blood. Newbee firing on all cylinders.
Well, this is the best way to start a game. Level 1 Roche. Thank you, Newbee, for bringing us back.
That is not something I would have anticipated from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only downside is that they weren't able to give in that to SCCC and help him in this lane and just get even more domination over top of the Bloodseeker.
Oh, say that. One's taking a couple punches there.
Fata, though. Speaking of punches, he's getting right-click down. He's dead.
I mean, this is an Ursa that's got boots already. And
oh, the bear.
Running around level 2. I mean, how bad, like, I remember that there were times when level 1 Roche would just end up being, like, almost instant win, it felt like.
Yeah.
Is it that bad nowadays? Like, how rough is this for Team Secret?
No, I don't think it's definitely not as good as it used to be. It used to be you could get all 5 of your heroes level 2, or your Meepo mid level 6. That was the classic. You just left him in the pit alone to finish it. Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still an extremely strong start. I mean, of course it's going to be. You just get all this nice experience and gold, and even more importantly is that you have a great Roshing lineup. You have control over the pit with the Winter Wyvern, you have the aura of the Wraith King you just saw, and then you have an Ursa. This means that when you're typically getting the Aegis at like 15 minutes, they're going to get an Aegis and a cheese if they can take that.
Yo, think about the refresher shard.
Exactly.
At, like,
everything's just pushed up like 10 extra minutes.
KP down bottom, throwing out the stuns, asserting dominance. It's like, yeah, that's right, it killed a big bad Roche man.
And they came in with a plan here. And Kaka's just going to dive till he loses this Aegis.
Newbee, this is like, again, the verge of lower bracket. They need to win these games, both of them. Fata's going to try and pull this creep wave as well.
It's also the last few games before the main stage, and you do not want to try the level 1 Roche on the main stage, because that crowd will give you away. They're going to be screaming their heads off.
That's true. As, again, Kaka is just going to zone back Fata and Yapsor. They tried to get the pull off, but it didn't happen. It does look like the creep wave is going to be pulling through, but Kaka? All right, he's just going to walk at him some more. The support Ursa level 1 Roche. What a time to be alive.
That's a nice meta right now. SCCC has that aggressive ward on the high ground, hits mid one again.
Denied.
11-3 to the 6-2. This is what you expect. So they're gonna go for a little bit of a rotation here with this Invis rune. See if they get. Oh, that's a something. Oh no, Puppy! Oh no!
He's gonna pay the price as well. The punches, the kill, they are shook.
All right, you gotta reset, man. You gotta mentally fix yourself after that. That is so painful. That career should have been his. He could have helped save this lane for his mid.
3 minutes in, 3-0, 1,000 gold lead. And again, it's not necessarily that it's like actually that terrible of a situation to be in, but it feels like it's affecting them a little bit, possibly.
Do you see this bottle and 2 mangoes coming mid? They're not supposed to be there.
Uh-oh.
That courier shouldn't be alive, man.
Yeah, SCCC, he's going to himself a nice time in this lane, bringing in the bottle. As top yet again, Kaka able to zone back several. Mugi, he's had the freest lane of his life. Level 4, while Rubik is level 2. So is Puck.
Yeah, I've been looking for these strong laners to help out with the Rubik pickup in the drafting phase, and Puck is way stronger than Hero used to be, of course, has pretty high damage. Was considered one of the better mids for a pretty good period, but not enough in that. Nice little play there.
Will not be rewarded with the rune,
but
bottom.
Yeah, I'm not sure Puck's enough to really carry the Rubik, especially when they start 1 level higher, right? That was the big deal.
Oh, mid 1, my god.
Oh, he didn't expect the vision high ground. Maybe he did. Maybe he needed to salve the live, but it's not even worth it.
I think that he was hoping there was the last right click. If it wasn't a miss, could have been death. Bottom lane by the rune. They're gonna pick up the regen on the Wyvern and the chase away for Faith. KP gonna give him the punches. Puppy gets the kill. A little +2 for his efforts. Yeah, mid 1 had to walk all the way back home and is just now regenning to head back out to the lane.
Well, at least his allies were able to help speed him up there by going in for a gank.
Hey, that happens. And now Kaka just running around the map, bullying everybody. He doesn't care about anything. Honestly, this guy is just happy as a clam, still hanging on to that Aegis. It should be expiring in 4 seconds, and as it expires, it's actually going to run into a lot of the secret heroes and trying to zone out for the bounty runes. Secret get all 4 bounty runes.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, finally gets back there in time up top, just to snag away from Mugi. Oh, is he going to pay for it, though? No.
Pop the shrine. Thinking about it. Starstorm, the punches. Fata doesn't have orb for 2 more seconds. The arrow's off the mark, though.
Yeah. Even if he survives here, though, he just lost all of his bottle. Had to use the shrine, and that'll force him back to the fountain, you'd imagine, as he misses the jaunt down to the low ground. But bottom lane, Kaka limping away here. Going to be giving a lot of damage over to mid 1 in the mid lane.
For over 100 right now. The bottom lane, they drop down a sentry ward. There's an observer ward, actually. They're also bringing back in the Wyvern. They find the stun and ace. No vision for the moment. Instead, they turn on the Absol. The lift up gets the stun there onto KP. Newbee just gonna back out.
So under a 1K lead right now for Newbee after a level 1 Roche, and with 4 kills to 1. Not looking that incredible, not gonna lie. You know, you'd be hoping you build up something a little bit better at this point.
Experience, it looks a little bit better, 1,500.
That's true. And you see Mugi's like level 6, and we have an ulti ready for SCCC too, so a couple dumps of these ults, and maybe they'll be all right.
Mid 1, no mana right now for Rupture, so not really a threat for SCCC. Does have a mango on him, so if mid 1 happens to drop low, they might be able to find something, and Kaka, as well as bottom lane. They find a good bit of damage onto KP. Need to back out of there, but he's just dead.
Yeah, absolutely annihilated. And even Faith not in the best spot. He has the flight to get out though, and they actually use the Moonlight Shadow.
Okay.
Maybe just to help secure Faith's escape. Thought they were going to rotate over.
It's kind of weird. It feels like now Secret are sort of in cleanup mode. All right, we had these bad things going on. Ace is just going to run around the map right now and try and make some stuff happen down bottom. They're bringing in both the supports to mess around with it as well, and salvage at least one of these lanes.
Well, Fada also grabbed the wave up top just now, pulled it behind the tower, and this can help secure him 2 waves by virtue of the other one pushing. So big stuff coming up from him, and he really needs it because he's just at level 4. Really doesn't want to take the tome away from your Rubik, because that's one of the items that even lets Rubik be played right now, it feels like. As the hero is very weak in the laning phase.
Just farming that back behind the tower in his safe space. But bottom lane is where we've seen the action so far. And I mean, it is kind of showing the problem with this support Ursa. You need other heroes to set up kills for you, and while KP does do a good job of it, they've got a lot of ability to jump away, and well, they're going to try now take down Rubik. He is going to get brought down with one more hit from the Fury Swipes, and Ace now turning onto KP. He's dropping down fairly low, but the stick charges will keep him alive. As Fate
but the Bloodseeker, it's the mop and bucket.
Yeah, that'll happen.
It looks like Faith will be the only one not to be cleaned up here. So he once again glides back to his tower, but once more, that hero living isn't exactly the ideal one.
You would love to be able to get a little bit more going the way of KP, who is, well, fairly far behind Fata, at least in terms of the CS, but experience a little bit ahead still, just because of how rough Fata had it early on.
But that net worth, like almost a 1,500 gold leadish, around 3 minutes. Now it's about 500 for the side secret. Completely recovered at this point.
Yeah. Faith taking the punches. Cold Embrace. They will have the curse though, and that should be the death of him. Puppy does a little double back to make sure he gets the +2.
Man, all this action for him is great. Already 6 stolen int.
Regeneration.
That's exactly what you want to have for Silencer early on. Level 5 too. Like, he's gotten a ton.
Yeah, he's the same level as his Puck.
This is not normal. We haven't seen like Puppy actually get this farmed in a while. Usually it's
he's angry.
Balls ahead.
After that level 1 Roche.
He didn't see it coming.
How dare you? Undermining.
You know who I am?
Oh, they know. All right, smoke up here. Lina looking to use this Laguna Blade. Fate leading the charge with the Arctic Burn.
They also have a big stack down this way, so if they could transition this after a kill into...
Yeah, they got dust here too.
Rotation onto Ace, Laguna Blade out. Can they find the follow-up? I think the answer is a yes, is the Light Strike Ray and the punch as well. Straight for a second, but only a second.
All right, solid rotation.
Looks like they want to go in and try and take down the stack.
Now, mid one has the rupture, but it's not going to be able to go over and contest this.
Yeah, this is tough. And with the Moonlight Shadow as well.
Oh, the 10-minute rune. Dire have scanned. They knew that Fata was here.
And they're just going to be going for the initiation. How's it going, buddy?
Follow-up arrow. Doesn't hit.
Not quite there on the mark. Punch is coming in, but
He
Fata,
got
he's out of there.
He got the bounty rune. What a player.
She'll love to see.
I'll get back into the other one, though.
Roche cam now, as well as that is respawned. Not going to be as easy to take it the second time as it was the first, I don't believe. I think that Secret are going to be probably pretty prepped for that.
Don't think they'll just leave them alone for a minute while they chuck full distant arrows at it.
It's a 10-minute mark. Klink's going to start those rotations as well. We'll find Kaka up top. Puck does have 6 as well, so they could make something happen with that Dream Coil if they wanted.
Yeah, so does Yapsor. He's already stolen the Wraith Fire Blast too, so a little bit of a threat here in the mid lane for KP. He has already skilled up the ultimate though.
Just hiding away in those trees there. They spot him now, but he's going to head back with the creep wave. We'll see if
they actually can't stop him from just enraged TPing either. I think that's why they're just not going.
He's thinking about it, and there's the enrage.
See ya.
If only they knew.
80% damage reduction. But that's fine. I mean, you force an enraged TP with the catapult wave, so that's actually totally okay. Surprised that he TP'd home and not the shrine. Oh, he actually got it. They did not use the body to stop the arrow. Maybe worried about potential follow-up after.
I don't know if they saw it, honestly. He did it from fog as well.
Yeah, it looked like he dodged, but I mean, he might have dodged with that quick reaction before, you know, no time to even process that it's actually better to just tank it.
Rupture, meanwhile, on Faith. Does have a TP, not opting to use it yet. Witcher's Curse TP, all right. This takes a moment, makes him think he's gonna get the kill.
Oh, that was close.
Not gonna get it.
If he wasn't Blood Rage though, so he probably would have survived the volley of Lina.
Yeah. Mid lane, KP is just gonna keep up the farm. So far, already has an urn, building towards that Blink Dagger next as Ace is gonna find Mugi lurking in the woods. Is there any follow-up? As they go, the global silence. That stops a lot of the leaps, but they don't quite have vision. He's able to jump away, and now Kaka here as well.
Has looked better.
It's actually going to be Secret that needs to back out, and no conversion with the first global silence.
This whole time, Yapsor's been given complete free farm mid lane, though. He's got himself now up to level 8 1/4. Just stole a max level Dragon Slave.
That's great for pushing out waves, following up with kills.
Yeah, help him get farmed in towards his first big item. Currently, he's eyeing up the Yule Scepter. Good way to counter out the Ursa. Just like control him during the fights as well as KP.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower?
This entire time, Ace has kind of just been roaming around, trying to see if he can make something happen.
Yeah.
Still sitting top 3 of the net worth, though.
On Dire's
so
top tower.
showing just how good of a start he had early on is they're thinking about doing something down bottom.
Well, likewise in the top lane, they're just sitting here with Rupture, hoping for an opportunity, but we'll see which side goes first.
Skeletons spawned,
good
Faith, Dustin, Newbee here as well. They're moving into position. They hit Fata with the arrow over on the east side of the fight. And as they chase forward for more, they managed to bring him down. Puck dead already. Mookie also in trouble. Yaps were able to find that kill. But KP just going to try and walk away from here, dancing on the haters.
Faith's in behind here with the curse, but they're just going to back away unless they can set something up for SCCC. So what happened to Fata was that he TP'd right in the face of the Ursa, and he lost about half his HP before he even got to the tower because of the long TP. But Faith now, oh man, mid one playing so cautiously.
That's a good decision too. I mean, SCCC, he can blow him up in a second there.
That's impressive, honestly, the discipline there. Yeah, I think mid one likely would have gone down.
Yeah. Now, good call from the Bloodseeker. And again, a somewhat action-packed-ish game. It's sort of been weird. It's like flurries of actions and then it slows down a little bit.
Yeah.
6 to 7 so far.
And been talking this whole game about how great the blade mail looks for the side of Newbee. It's actually going to be at mid one who'll probably be finishing up the first one as they need the blink dagger on KP. And Kaka still working towards his. One nice thing about this support Ursa is that you just get these phase boots so you can actually be part of rotations, but he's not part of this one. They're hunting for mid one. Got the vision on him. See him coming to the camp.
They have the Winter's Curse to set up into the arrow afterwards if they want to do it, but it might be a little bit too early. Instead, they just go for the straight-up Light Strike Array.
Yeah, he's blood raged.
All the damage in the world.
They're beating on Dire's top tower.
And that means they do save the Winter's Curse into the arrow if they want. And, well, instead, it's just Puppy.
Killing spree.
Lost in the woods.
Yeah, what a brawl of a game. SCCC is the only person who hasn't died yet.
Now they found themselves Yapsor as well. The Yule Scepter lift up in the arrow. A triple kill, the slowest one we've ever seen for SCCC. But it happened.
It was fashionably late, that's all. Ace does get both of the bounty runes though, so who's the true victor as Fata will try to bottle up this other one. It's a race against the Ursa. And Fata will be victorious. But Fata? Oh, Fata.
All right. It happens.
That looked like Puppy attacking the courier. Gotta check those mice.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, 6 to 10 now as Newbee continue to take a little bit of a lead in this one. Mid one trying to get his team back on the map. And as they rupture, does he have a TP available? Ursa does, but they're saving that Dream Coil for after the fact if they need to. So the Enrage comes out, still saving the Dream Coil. They are just going to try and beat him down. An angry bear, but a dead bear.
Yeah, great play there. Not like it's almost better to TP to try and like force the coil sometimes, but then you're stuck at base and it's, you know. Fata, the cooldown's so short that won't really matter, but Fata, speaking of which, has his Blink Dagger, so he will beat the Ursa as well as the Wraith King to the punch. And that's going to help him to catch people on these side lanes, but Splinter Blast down here for Yaps are so many great wave clearing spells to steal.
Yeah. Man, what a great recovery from Fata. For how bad it was going there through the first initial levels, he's had a hell of a game since then.
And now he just needs to try and find some kills going here. A lot of vision left inside the Radiant part of the jungle. You can see a fresh Observer Ward right there and there and there. So ideally, Newbee would like to play around here. We'll see exactly where Secret will be located. But you want to be hopping on here with your Wraith King and with your Lina and just hunting people down. SCCC considering going for the Blink and the Yules as opposed to the Shadow Blade.
Interesting. Well, with the cast range talent, that doesn't mean you're able to blink out of Rupture. It's not that far, right?
Well, there's also a lot of just very squishy heroes on the Radiant side. I think that's the main logic to it, is that you don't necessarily need the Shadow Blade. Although, well, he's just going to buy it. Okay, I thought maybe he just saved on quick buy in case he was going to die, but yeah, very squishy heroes. So if you like blink, get on top of the Clinks, the Rubik, the Silencer, even the Puck, if you're real good, might be able to get the kill.
2,000 gold lead already for Newbee. 10 to 7. And as you said, all those really good wave clearing, spells to steal. They kind of keep that pressure out along the top side of the map. There was one D ward in the jungle that we saw briefly, and Secret are now going to smoke up. I believe this one will have been scouted at all.
Kind of. There was like wards in the area. They saw people moving.
Yeah.
They sort of seemed to know, but...
Radiant are taking a while to get where they want to go. Are they heading into Roche themselves? No. The Soul Ring Diffusal Blade build for Ace. And sitting on the high ground right now is Kaka and Lina.
Radiant Vision seeing all this, of course.
They're just anticipating a movement over for the rune, I guess. How's it going, guys? All right, see you later. Kaka really just... Are they thinking that it's in Roche? There's going to be the rupture. They walked into this one. They managed to get the Heal Scepter left over. Lina is super low. 20 stick charge is not enough to keep her alive. And Newbee just willing to go into this fight now. They are going to end up popping back as KP comes back to life. Can they kill off any more of the heroes on the side of Newbee? It doesn't look like it.
Oh, and Curse just kind of wanders in there and wastes it, but... Ouch! That was a bit brutal.
What happened?
It was a very greedy play to go on for the haste rune. Didn't get the wand off in time, even though the Yules dodged quite a bit. Didn't expect the whole team to be there. Thought maybe it was just a couple. Really wanted a haste rune to go for a kill. It's kind of understandable, but Secret just very patient. They get the kill. They secure the area around the Roche pit. And Mugi can only hope with an arrow here. Oh yeah, Puppey. He knows that he's up there though with that vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of a unfortunate situation there, and again, it's also one of those like feeling things where you're newbie, you've been able to feel pretty strong and get into these items. Maybe we can take this fight, and then you just don't quite have everybody there in the right positioning. And Secret was ready.
Yeah, it's still a very close game, and Kaka's also going to do his blink daggers. Like they're basically missing a hero right now. The Ursa's so ineffective without it.
Yeah.
And KP is moving back. Okay, he had the Aghanim's queued up. I saw him thinking about it, but now he's gone back towards Treads. How disappointing.
Bottom lane, Fata. They get killed off their Heal Scepter. The Light Strike Array. Laguna Blade used. Just happens in an instant. So they're going to smoke up on Newbee, heading into the pit themselves, but Secret is here again, up on the high ground. Does Puppey realize what's happening? Does Mid One realize what's happening? I don't think so. They smoked into this one.
Yeah, Skeleton's helping out here, but remember, Mid One, he's going to be like, that's a lot of damage. Something's happening. Oh, guys, I think they're roaching. Bloodseeker pretty good for that.
Oh, God, and if they just drop down the blood right, like, this is a terrible fight to be in. If they get bashed by Roche as well, or is it stuck here in the long duration silence? He's dead.
Roche got the kill.
Can they find the kill here in the follow-up? There's going to be no global silence. He does not have buyback dead for 30 seconds. They managed to find the secondary stun there onto Mirana in trouble. Fata, Cold Embrace not going to be enough. Newbee losing one as well as Secret, and Roche down to low HP. They bought back on the Earth there to come and take this fight.
Close for Blink, and now he's just in here going. Bot's coming in.
They jump in as well. He's in range. He needs to get this Aegis. The arrow connects and missed Roche. They jump in. They have to take it with KP. He snatched the Aegis because Secret got the kill. They burned through the Aegis, and now Lina up in the air. It is all falling apart for Newbee. Can they do it? The global in the middle of the cast, and now silenced yet again. Secret styling on Newbee.
After all that, how does Puppey still have global?
Well, he died and then didn't have buyback and he respawned.
So nice. For the side of Secret, Newbee, the beginning of the game, the level 1 Roche, that was their plan. That was the way they were going to win it. Roche has other plans in mind, it looks like. Looks like the cheese was even used too by the Ursa during that one.
Oh, jeez.
So they lost it all. I am
tower?
excited for a 30-minute refresher shard though. That's going to be good.
God, that one, that's crazy. And it was like, I could see her pointing her finger of death.
Yes.
You know, right over there at somebody, but right in the middle of the animation, Puppey came back.
Alright, well, Newbee, they just gotta recoil back into their own part of the map. Try and get this blink dagger on this poor Ursa. Kaka just so close. And here's a little replay for you. Oh man, that was such a great way to start the fight.
Just waiting for that moment.
The bash. Roche taking Kaka's life, getting revenge.
And like, I think that probably if Puppey survives there, he might not end up using the global, or he would end up using the global right then. Maybe fight's over.
It was on cooldown anyway, it was just coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
KP just runs in, start to burn through it, and then the arrow as well. Oh man. Second one comes through the bash, stolen from Yapzor. Ugh.
KP then we'll see, but man, Yapzor just very good on the Rubik. He's making the hero look pretty good though. Like the arrow like that coming in, getting another direct stun off the Wraith King. That's why Rubik can be so ridiculous. You can just keep getting these skills to chain stun people.
Definitely. And suddenly it's a 3,000 gold lead. This has been quite the turnaround. How do you play now if you're Newbee? Like, you were ahead, you're on these heroes that, you know, still can't find kills, it feels like. Do you need to try and play aggressive?
You gotta regroup. You gotta get your Blink Daggers up. Like, I think Faith is just gonna buy Blink Daggers straight up. And they're gonna have Blink on Kafka, they're gonna have Blink on Faith and the Winter Wyvern, and there's gonna be a Blink Dagger on KP's already done. And you just go. You just run out. Get back on the horse.
Alright, I'm with you.
Top tower deserves
Let's see if they're gonna do just that. Indeed, as 5 heroes top lane, the silence, it's big. They got the coil as well. 1-2, Bloodseeker's moving pretty quick right now as they take down both of them, and Faith's just like, I don't want to be here anymore. Yule Scepter lift up the Lina, ends up hitting the light strike ray to try and slow them down a little bit, but now caught yet again. They lay down the silence on it. Good blink away from SCCC, and is gonna miss the light strike array there, and eventually will be picked up by Yapzor.
They got on the horse a little too early.
A little bit.
That must have been it. Clearly. I don't know. They didn't have the Blink Dagger yet for Faith. You can see how desperately he needs one. He just curses the Clinks with no one around him. Like, well, guys, sorry.
5,000 gold lead. This is just ballooning up right now for Secret. 16-12.
Yeah. Great initiation from Fada too, and layering on top these double bubble strats essentially with the coil, and then right into the blood rate. Nothing you can do. And then if you manage to dodge those silences somehow from the Puck or the Bloodseeker, well, how about global silence? Good luck dodging that one.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts real bad. Right. They missed the arrow. Fast fingers there coming from Ace. Able to get away from it. Mid one.
They need stuns here because when you run the support Ursa, you can't rely on the basher, and that's why Ursa looks so good, right? Because he just blinks and he bashes people and people die. But support Ursa, the basher, the Blink Dagger is already an uphill battle,
right?
And you finally get that, and then you somehow have to get yourself into a basher too at a reasonable time. So he's relying on an arrow hitting or an initiation from SCCC, but not finding. And his Secret again seems to be reading these movements perfectly. Fada coming through. He has the Eon disc. He can lead this. He's the one who's not smoked. Maybe trying to bait a bit.
Yeah, they have the global as well, but they're going to be able to find the silencer right at the get-go. He is dead.
Arrow to Fada too.
Can they find any more? Mid one able to jump away with the BKB still living for the moment. They're doing a lot of damage off to the side here. Can they bring down Moogie? They're trying to jump out, but Ace now he's finding them in the back lines. Great cold embrace though. That keeps alive Moogie for the moment. So 2 dead from Secret with only the Winter Wyvern gone, and they're going to try and chase Ace.
Yeah, mid one's still just a bit too low to come back in, even with all that speed. And Ace will escape to the best place on the map, of course, the enemy territory, which Moogie not expecting this one.
Oh, the stray for Diffusal Blade. He does have 2 leaps, though, so got to time this absolutely perfectly. And will he do it? Global silence. All right, that's what you needed.
Oh, wow. Easy mode. That's no fair. What's up with the training wheels?
Got to secure that one.
Really nice play there from Ace. Just taking the aggressive route. Probably just went back, checking the shrine and stuff too to see if they were going to be using that. And suddenly there's a low HP Mirana who has no shrine.
It's a good thing there weren't more. Like, he might have killed several if they were low HP coming back to that shrine.
Yeah, in the middle of that global, definitely possible. And I guess that also brings back why I went for the Yule Scepter over the Shadow Blade, is that you have an answer to the global silence for SCCC, but you do have to build into a BKB anyway.
Check out what Yapzor has in his back pocket as well. Got that Laguna Blade stolen level 2. Might be a time to possibly smoke up and make some action happen if you're Secret.
Yeah, he still has about 2/3 duration left on it too.
Possibly wait for global, but might not need to, I don't know.
Yeah, I think they just go with coil. That's all they really need, yeah.
To watch for that is Newbee trying to rebuild this lead that they had, or just at least get back on the board. Feels like right now they're down 6,000. Moogie just farming up the jungle for whatever he's worth. It doesn't feel like Secret are in any sense of urgency at all.
No, not really. Looking towards that next Roche should be the big plan. I kind of wish that there was a a better front line here. Like, the way
Dire's
the
bottom
fights
tower
would look
is
good for
under
Newbee
attack.
are these leaps coming in from the Wraith King, from the Winter Wyvern, and from the Ursa, but that means, like, who's being gone on first then? Is it your Lina? Is that what's supposed to happen? Is it your Mirana? These heroes are still very squishy, plus they have to itemize in towards silences too, which aren't really heavy stat items unless you're getting the full BKB. So SCCC still pretty squishy, and they will find Poppy here.
He is, well, they're actually thinking about TPing in and fighting this. Fata.
I mean, Bloodseeker's close enough.
No man.
Oh, that's a big stun.
The stun. Oh, the phase shift though, and now the coil onto
Neon
2.
Disc is too good.
They're thinking about chasing this.
Okay, Moonlight Shaft's still gonna help him.
Radiant's top
Have
tower
down
has
sentry
looked
wards
better.
as well. All of Newbee is here. I don't know if Secret want to fight. They have global backup when Puppy's alive, but he does not have buyback.
Eon Disc got
Radiant's
procced
top
while hitting
tower has
Arcane Rune too.
fallen.
That is so sick.
Value.
This was a great item choice. He had the bots queued up for a while, and then he just died once to SCCC down bottom on that like random gank from the Lina onto the puck, and he was like, huh, if I just buy Eon Disc, my game's gonna go a lot better, because they do rely heavily on him for the Dream Coil. Just sets up mid one so nicely, and so much HP just drained away from their opponents, and so much damage and speed added to the Bloodseeker. Wow, they just bought the tome at 28 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta get those tomes. You gotta shift queue those things. That could have been so impactful over the last 8 minutes.
Look at it too. You're talking about KP going for that Aghanim. He's got the first point booster to make sure that his team can stay alive a little bit longer after they die. He's also just been spamming the taunt, which is lovely.
True.
Trying to find the stun. Gets them caught, but Fata going to jump away. Throwing out the coils like candy.
And he has the Eon Disc back now too. And Faith can maybe scouted out here, but he will get back. Looks like he was just inside the vision of the Bloodseeker.
They instead are going to run into Ace. And Faith gets the lift up there. He has Blink Dagger in just a second. Ace jump away. And he's going to throw out the smoke rings as well as he gets out of there. So BKB pop for Ace.
All right, nicely done. And BKB now finished up here for CCC.
I like that play. A lot of Winter Wyverns I feel like would have just cold embraced and then died because you're stuck there forever.
Yeah.
But sort of waiting it out. It's nice.
And not having to waste Curse too.
Yeah.
So Roche is about to reappear here. We'll see which teams have scouted. Relatively quick, Roche this time.
It's also the 30-minute bounty runes, Moonlight Shadow to secure those.
Oh, so he's gonna wander in. Oh, it's Roche.
Oh, hello.
So one pickoff here could be enough for either team. Fata
They did see
leading
him.
the charge. They need him.
They realize that they're in the area. Now they spot the Roches up as well, so all of Secret in the area. Full knowledge for both teams. They got out this Winter Wyvern a blink away.
Yeah, both teams will just lose their sentries.
God, this is so tense right now for Newbee. Again, if they want to make it to upper bracket, they got to win both of these. You cannot afford to give away anything.
Yeah, you kind of wish, if you're Fata right now, that I think that you buy bots, because he's currently saving up for the Scythe, but someone could be ratting at the moment.
KP, maybe the one that gets an issue on it. First, he just dropped so quickly, but they do have that cold embrace, keeping him alive. Jump forward, trying to find Ace as well. They have the embrace ready. Fata brings him down low.
They've
They're
got
gonna-
silence.
He didn't have it. They drained all of his mana also. Ursa going to get ran after, and with no reincarnation, no buyback. Can they take this fight? SC trying to lay into them. He's doing a good bit of damage to that BKB out already. But can they find any more with mid one done? And Fata actually jumping forward for this. He wanted to kill off the Ursa, they just bring him down.
Oh,
Kaka.
Ursa might die after the fact, though.
He's very, very low. Oh, cold embrace keeps him
Now
alive.
they're chasing Puppy.
They kill him off as well. No global, no real answer now. Secret, get the lift up as well on the Yapsor, but Ace turns on SC. He has them, he'll suffer, no teammates. He's just dead.
A bit too hungry there, and that might be enough to stop Newbee. Maybe when KV comes back up, they'll consider going back into the pit, but at that point, the respawns are going to be back up, the Bloodseeker, the Puck, and excellent spacing by Secret coming into that one, but you could see how difficult of an area it was to fight for them because of the Winter's Curse still being available. They couldn't clump up on that staircase at all, so everyone's stuck back on this line, and it's just mid one up on the top of the stairs being focused down.
Again, it looks like it could have been good there, like with no reincarnation or anything. And I think that's part of the reason why we've been seeing this Clink goes the Diffusal Blade route, at least until you can get up into that level 20 talent for KP, which is a ways away. It needs a while.
Yeah, especially when you're not buying tomes. I don't know. Hopefully they bought this one. I can't tell.
Killing off illusion there. It's possibly Newbee again, eyeing up Roche. Refresher. Shard, always such a boon to any team, but I think in this one in particular, you've got like Winter Wyvern, it's amazing for. Lina, you could get the double off. Actually gave the tome over to the Lina, try and get her to level 20 talent.
Okay, yeah, very important one for Lina. Try and get more of that fiery soul going.
Hang around.
We get a replay here too. So nice play by Newbee the way they set this up, right? They have KP way far in front, clearly the obvious person you want them to go on. That's the dream. So they got that aspect. Faith gets silence there as well as the global silence. So at least that was kind of a double layer happening for a lot of the team, like kind of unnecessary second sides. And this is that area we can see mid one's ahead and watch the spacing in the back line. Fado and Yapzor trying to stay back, but then it's Fado gets caught with the curse, and that's what helps turn this because he can't perfectly sync up with the Bloodseeker.
And dropping the vision down there as well, right on the high ground, so they could spot all of the movements.
Meanwhile, it's Secret who've gone aggressive. They're going to find this Triple C, but he will blink back. And then now, Secret are very aggressively postured, and Newbee are back in the pit. And so they get the scan.
Dire's bottom tower is
Ace is like, all right, if you guys aren't here, I'm just going to go for your buildings.
Yeah, Winter Wyvern now coming back. Thinking about holding this, has the blink, has the curse, and
they're bringing Secret as well. They see them all. If they try and take them out at this point, they're going to be in trouble. They don't have a way out. They're caught there with the coil, but they managed to take down Roshan. Still, Faith is keeping the high ground safe for the moment.
Mid one was trying to TP back, but he got Winter's Curse, which also caught Puppey and Ace, so no one else can return to the pit.
All right, and Rage is there for Kaka. Is going to need to pop it right now. And, well, you know, I think you're willing to take this loss on Kaka for what you just gained.
Yeah, as long as everyone else gets out, it's going to be fine. But what a play by Faith to head back there and stop the potential TPs. Secret caught out there, maybe a bit too aggressive, and they lose a very important engagement near the Roche pit. Well, I guess the engagement was versus Roche, but either way, Secret weren't there, which counts as losing. And the Refresher Shard is now prepped here for SCCC.
Yeah, really good play. And, you know, you can see it coming from both ways as well. I think that Faith, I mean, both the big Winter's Curse down there by the shrine, as well as the other one over here to the side, making sure that they weren't able to take the tier 3 tower. Just really top tier supporting this game and showing why Winter Wyvern is such a highly prioritized pick in this tournament.
Yeah, and Dota Plus there you can see, keeping this close, 55-45. In a very tight race for the group standings.
He's gotten into next for himself. Had the Hurricane Pike, KB, Mugi also getting into the BKB. And
oh, I like this Yapzor going for the level 20 talent, the 300 telekinesis land distance. Very good when you're using things like the Blood Right on the ground, controlling the area, and then also for snapping that Dream Coil.
That man almost has an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, he's been given a ton of space in this game. He's also performing very well. He's 6'3" and 12, so.
I've heard his Rubik is pretty good.
Someone's got to make this hero look good.
Bata's going to try and get these waves pushed out as well. Another one of the heroes that's just kind of fallen off for a while and haven't seen a ton of play, but showing that still can be viable.
Yeah, I think it fits this idea of like the 3.5, where you have an offlaner, but then you kind of have this secondary support that scales really hard into almost being another core. And Puck's good for that because there is this split pushing. We've seen support Pucks in the past work like this too. But look at this range of mobility they have.
They're trying to isolate one. The Hurricane Pike gets him to the high ground, though. Mugi pops the BKB after the Winter's Curse. They manage to find this done. There's going to be a really big. She does have also the Refresher card. Oh, the SCC wants to go in for another round. Ace isolated. They're able to take him down. Fata also going to be ran after with the Andus. Keeps him alive a little bit longer, but they might still be able to find the chase with 2 already dead. There's the Winter's Curse. Did they pass that one over? Did he have the Refresher shard? Am I crazy?
Too good, baby. Yeah, they hand it right on over. Nicely done.
Oh, man.
And the mobility that's here, too, from Faith. Like, that Blink Dagger, such a good call to go back for that and not finish off the Aether Lens that he was thinking of. He's done like, so much work since getting it.
Don't worry, guys. I got my axe. It's fine.
Oh, man. I don't know. That will make a big difference if he can have the opportunity to steal these. But the problem is he still has no true mobility on him. He has a Yule Scepter, but it can be difficult. At least the range is ridiculous. that was some good teamwork. The Ward and the Laguna Blade. Yeah, Aghanims is pretty nice for that. 850. Whew. Means the guys, there's a Ward there. They de-ward it now.
I mean, that's huge, right? I don't know if it necessarily stops the push from coming, but at least, like, it might be able to. Ace appreciated it.
He deserves a tip on that one, but you're starting to see this gold filter through into the items on the Dire side. A BKB for the support Ursa. Kaka did so much work in that last fight. Bashes exactly when they needed them onto Ace. And the Enrage went during the whole Hurricane Pike duration, which is a big part of the burst damage coming from Ace right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and here's a replay here. So it starts off with Faith coming from the high ground with that Blink Curse. Instantly started.
Yeah, very solid.
And then you can see Kaka with the Enrage gets it off before the silence. And yeah, I'm not even sure when they pass this thing over. But there it is. Pop from Faith.
Must have done it.
Yeah.
Jeez. Because I didn't see it on him at the start of the fight. He might have had it.
It's true. But we're just going to say they passed it over because that's way cooler.
That really is.
Yeah, so we'll go with that.
It's the better storyline. Yeah. Kaka, level 20 now on the support Ursa. Rage duration is the pickup. And you can see, I mean, again, it feels like it is so topsy-turvy, and it depends on how these team fights start. Do you feel like either side is pulling ahead of the other?
I just love how we're still calling it support Ursa when KP's level 17 and it's about 50 less last hits.
That's fair. I guess it is more support Wraith King.
Yeah.
Condolences to everybody that picked KP in their fantasy.
That would be me.
Oh no.
I think. I don't recall anymore. Oh, I got my boy Fada actually. Yo, let's go. Puck, please, Yapsor, can you hand over some farm? So he didn't go for the bots. He has the scythe, and are they looking for a smoke here? I believe we are. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, whoa. What a scan from the Dire. Perfectly places them all.
Now, I mean, it's not...
Oh, that arrow is an ace.
They do find him.
It's tempting. It's like, there we go. And they're not so sure about it.
I mean, the initiation range that you get from Faith is just so huge that, like, you've got to be careful as Secret at this point.
Well, they're also playing with the night vision talent, too, which is super helpful.
Right. That extra little bit of range, you can see them. 40 minutes into it, it's still feeling neck and neck. One or two big steals from Yapsor. A big winner's curse here or there, depending on who you find.
Very patient play from Newbee. They see no one really pushing out this wave. Now they see it's just orbs happening like this and the puck blinking back. They're probably going to ditch and assume that no one's actually coming, but giving a lot of respect here to Secret.
Looks like they're trying to double up on Sheep 6 as well, as Ace has that one queued up. Still a ways away from picking it up. He might change that over in a little while. Newbee just going around his 5. Not want to get one hero picked off away from the rest. You also have that Wraith King talent in just a few levels.
KP's still dancing.
Loves to.
Yeah, but the skeletons. You gonna forego your friends like that?
It's true, man. I think so in this game.
I think as long as he gets the no reincarnation mana cost, I'd like to see him get the plate mail next.
Okay.
Because very handy.
Secret's done a good job of, again, setting up these lanes into a good position and away from the strength. I mean, SCCC still has the cheese. And they do have that ag stun for KP, like talking about.
Well, they're holding the high ground over here. But Yapsor will show the orb goes through. That's gonna let them know they're all there.
Yeah. And they actually ping out where they think a ward is as well, but it's just a sentry up top.
Yeah, you have to put a sentry there as the radiant because you have a gem, but you can't actually see up there without it.
Yapsor hanging on to that Laguna Blade. It is going to expire. Just a few as the smoke comes out. He'd love to get this one off before fight.
Shiva's guard delivered SCCC.
The pings are there, and Bata realizing people are in the area. They are walking into a sentry ward that's up on the high ground, but they find him. Bloodseeker right at the start. There's the global that comes out after the fact. They jump in with Fada, immediately going to be hexed, but he gets the Aeon Disc up. Now trying to chase down one. Mid one in trouble. Can they kill off any? They turn their sights now onto Ace, trying to bring him down low as Fada still getting brought down. Faith, SCCC, and Mookie, they're caught on one side. Ace in the back line. Can they actually take them down? Ace is just destroying them. Burning through that mana, but now he's isolated away from the rest of his team. Mookie down low, but he gets the cheese off. Great reactions, able to get it in time. KP, he's coming back in just a second as a big spooky ghost, and they're running these heroes down. SC is still living through this, able to find the kill. 4 dead, but meanwhile, Fanta picks up another one. That salvages this in a lot of ways.
couple of heroes going down right near the end there. 1,250 gold for Fada, pretty even spread across the board. A very even experience. You can see about 1,800 for 4 of the heroes on Newbee, so they get the gain overall, but individually, that's almost 6k experience for our now level 24.5 puck.
Are you kidding me? All right, that puts him in a really good position. I mean, he still has a ton of room to grow on this puck. And getting into that 420 GPM talent, I mean, it's a game changer. Start handing out moon shards.
Yeah, I think so. Roche is going to be respawning in 1:40, so this Ursa illusion will not be able to skid out the whole thing. And we'll get a replay here. I think the problem for Secret and why this wasn't a total cleanup is that they just did not get the initiation they wanted. Not that it was that great from Newbee either, but Fada didn't get any sort of a big Dream Coil or a Hex off.
Yeah, and they popped the BKB there, wanted to try and focus down one. And it was a good play by Ace also to go for the wraparound here, seeing if he can catch them on the backside. But Newbee, again, they just stay together as this ball.
Very, very clumped up there. Kaka was like hitting Ancients there for a bit, but yeah, Moogie.
And I think
that cheese was so close.
Also, yeah, that was the cheese. Or Razor's Edge. Everybody's so low. You know, the Wraith King Ags putting in some work.
So there it is, the 420 GPM picked up, and Tomes returning, another one picked up at 43 minutes. You need some sticky notes on those Newbee monitors, man.
Oh yeah.
Tomes, 10, 20, 30, 40. But don't let those things sit around.
Gotta stick with them. They went for the Cold Embrace cooldown on Wyvern for the talent. 20. One of the spells that's been able to keep heroes in this game, it feels like. There is still a lot of magical damage coming out from Secret right now, but part of the hero that's kind of feel like it's been overlooked, particularly in the laning stage.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely still the weakest part of the hero in most games, and this one it's pretty good. Other than the bad setups for a couple of the spells from the Radiant, it is saving people virtually every single fight versus Ace. Unfortunately, the talent's still pretty terrible for the Arctic Burn slow, so we'll get the Cold Embrace.
You see that Clinks is right nearby as he picks up that Arcane Rune. He's away.
Can't believe Kaka actually got into that Abyssal Blade. I thought that was a pretty lofty goal at the time he'd queued it up, but with now a 1k lead and leading this game, he'll have it for himself.
Roche, back up again. He's got another Refresher Shard. Does seem like you're going to try and go in for that. It needs to be off the back of a couple of pickoffs, and Fata pushing out this top lane here. They run into him. Moogie, he gets the sheep stick off, but there's the Winter's Curse. And now with the global to follow it, they're just going to start pummeling into this guy. Managed to get his Aeon Disc proc, and the jump away, not going to happen. Put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, they'll just dumped everything on it, and there you go.
Oh, because Roche, it's happening. They're trying to take this down, and I mean, he pulled them all the other side of the map. This is huge for Secret. That is such a good play. He comes back in and secures them the Roche.
Okay, we got a game.
I'd like to see him maybe give that one over to Fata since he doesn't have buyback, but I mean, if you're going to go in as Bloodseeker, why not?
Don't mind if I do.
All right, so goals for either team at this point. True itemization after Yaps with a Blink Dagger. That's a pretty big deal. I think the split push is going to end up becoming a problem for Newbee. Feels like Fada is going to have that pretty well on lock. They're going to need some boots of travel starting to be picked up here, I feel, for SCCC and Moogie. But that's, of course, going to open them up to some much riskier split pushing situations. Like, you saw what it took for them to kill Fada.
Yeah.
Took virtually everything. And every time he's Aeon Disc up, it's going to be very difficult for 2 or 3 heroes to kill him.
Well, and it only gets more difficult as the game goes on. This guy going in for more defensive items, has a Lincoln Sphere queued up as well. And he's going to get it rather rapidly.
Yeah. Look at that GPM go, jeez. Puck is rich. Oh, he switched over to the Aghanims. Also a great choice. All of these BKBs.
Yeah, they don't have many ways to try and like break it through BKB. Obviously, if Rubik can get the lift up as they're caught in the coil, it's pretty good. Nonetheless, only about a 1,000 gold lead. The more important thing is how are you taking these objectives? And Secret have taken all of the tier 2s. Newbee still have all of the ones remain to be taken. Got to get in there. It's not easy though.
No, and Faith trying to put down some wards, but gems abound here. Looks like for the Dire side, they currently own the only one. Yeah. They own both. Okay.
Look at this. Like you force so many rotations. Clinks comes in. If your waves aren't pushed out, then this building took about a third of its HP in just like a couple of seconds. Sheep stick. All right.
Gotta get those catapults, man. They hurt the tower.
Yeah, it's true.
Trying to help your friend.
Get him out of here.
Secret have been playing very patient this whole game, and I don't expect that to change very soon.
It'd be just playing together as 5 over and over again. Not wanting to give anything away. I don't know. So what's sort of the answer for this split pushing style that we're seeing from Secret? Do you need to split up and try and get waves pressured out? Do you need to try and smoke and anticipate their movements?
I think they're just playing really cautiously with Fada, where like they're not even leaving Fada really on his own anyway. So it's not like the split push is getting out of hand.
Right.
They are going to go for the smoke play though, and Orb will maybe lull them into the false insecurity.
One's kind of in no man's land, but that ward would have spotted him if they moved too far forward. Pick up a haste rune. I think that one was within vision. No, not quite.
No.
Instead, it's just going to be a backup. Farm up some more, get into that next set of items. But they are farming against a puck that has the 420 GPM talent.
It's true. Helping out his allies, getting some bots, probably into some bots too at some point too. Making sure that Fada can be there for every single fight. I did like the Lincolns, if he wants to go back for that and ditch his bottle.
Mind seeing something like a Dagon too, just like finish off these heroes. How many times have we seen everybody just like incredibly low?
Looks like they're going for a counter smoke here potentially with Fada returning mid.
Ace getting close to that level 25 talent. There is a scan to be off the mark. They were also underneath this ward. This ward is so good in the Dire jungle.
Oh yeah, from the high ground there. That's a very sneaky one.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, like you have to commit your own observer ward up there, but they're gonna know if you do.
Well,
so Clinks is a scythe, Puck is a scythe. Yeah, I think they saw them put them up there. It was pinged like right when it got put down.
Okay. Faith, they're moving over. They anticipate Fata over in this area. Does he go for it? Doesn't look like it yet. They don't have the nighttime vision. They look for him. Fata, he's out of there. Oh, so close.
Yeah, that was your puck with no buyback for 3.5 minutes, I believe. So, bit dicey there.
Leo doesn't have a TP scroll ready in there. They're about to start pushing this up a little bit.
It's true. I'm not sure if they know though. But Ace is gonna force them.
And that's the tier 3 tower dead.
Okay, shrines are ours.
Hex as well.
There's Kaka.
Steal Enrage and run away. That's an Ags Enrage. That's pretty good.
That is so sick for a Rubik.
Oh my god.
You just can't initiate on this guy.
Yeah.
They have no way of dealing with that.
So the Aegis is going to expire, but it is also going to be one shrine down as Secret slowly building up this lead. And to me, at least, it feels like they're kind of in complete control of this game.
They are, but they also can't fully dictate a high ground push at this point. The team defense from side of Newbee is very brutal. Like, you have to kill everyone 3 times, essentially, because they're all going to have buyback, and they're all going to be Wraith forms. And they're just going to be clumped up in their high ground. You have to fight into Winter's Curse and Moonlight Shadow. There's a really hard high ground push.
Yeah. Of course, you keep on trying to push into that one. You throw away a lead a little bit once or twice, and suddenly this game looks even again, or possibly swinging back into the favor of Newbee. Puppy. Arrow. Right, the start is just dead.
Arrows over the Moonlight Shadow.
That's
very interesting. Yeah, we saw a couple times today, but the Moonlight permanently is so irritating to deal with. However, going high ground, it doesn't help you all too much, so I guess I can understand. Curse onto the high ground from Faith. He really wants to go on the Yapsword. The Yapsword has the range, remember?
Well, he gets arrowed, still hanging on to it for the moment.
He actually popped it.
And instead, it's going to be a steal of the Wraith Fire Blast, pulling him pretty far back. They have the Rupture as well. KP standing still for the moment. I don't think he's too concerned. And in the meantime, they were also pressuring the top lane while Fata's cutting through creep waves, threatening the courier.
Can't quite get it. And yeah, KP was able to just walk away eventually. And Ace. Let's see if they catch some heroes on the way back. All right, well, Fada obviously making his presence known here. And it's the full ball of Newbee coming. Ace boldly staying ahead.
D for Kaka.
Also a gem on that Ursa. Ace has to be a little bit careful. Oh, that triple arrow. It's on.
It's on. Oh, triple arrow. Shit. They catch Ace there. He pops the enrage to try and run him down. Can they find this? It doesn't look like
He's a bit too slow on it. Wow. The triple arrow just about got them a very important kill. Bottom lane, Fada doing his thing.
Newbee just being pulled around the map at this point. Like, even if you get a moment that looks like it could be good, spotting out the Clinks, trying to run him down, it's too tough.
Yeah, and Fada is going to commit in for the Lincoln Sphere. Definitely like this choice. Doesn't have buyback anyway, but he's still just... Yeah, he's only 200 away.
That's a couple minutes. It's a sheep stick for the Lina as well. Everybody getting farmed in this one, and they drop the Winter's Curse. Would have loved to have that Lincoln Sphere just a second later. The arrow not going to connect. Slade strike array possibly there. They have the Aeon disc and then the jump away. Bot is fine
to kill. Virtually impossible.
And this is before the Lincoln Sphere. Like,
yeah,
going to be a tough one. Well, 53 minutes into the game, and it is still only 1,000 gold lead.
Yeah, and we're back to the same old story. 30 seconds until Roche is up. I don't know. Secret got duped once for a Newbee Roche, and then it felt like Newbee got duped for a Secret Roche, and maybe this time the Roche will just be the actual battleground.
Vision-wise, there is one ward in the area for Newbee, but it's Secret that hold a really cool one over here to the side. Kind of gets good vision over the whole area.
Yeah, they have to put these sneaky wards because they don't have the gem. So they're trying to find areas where you can put wards that aren't scouted by someone just walking past the gem. And they've hit like 4 or 5 spots already, which is very impressive that they have these already.
The other danger is it's always a possibility that Ace just pushes in. So you're going to have down bottom Fata trying to push that in, but they have found another one. Yeah, so just dead.
Oh, they get their gem back.
Although they're base at the meantime. Fata's pushing in one side. They've got Ace pushing in the other side.
The Searing Arrow's multi-shot, so devastating. And there's again not a TP for SCCC. They can't see that though. And so it's just Fata who gets the majority of the chip damage. Ace will run into the Lina here, who's on her own. But he's not going to be feeling too confident to go after that, I wouldn't imagine.
This entire time, Silencer's been holding on to the refresher shard as well, so they do have double global.
He's just got to think about things. Oh, in here. Hey, it's fun though.
They have the rupture down as well. That's the coil on the 2. Seeing if they can find the kill. One global silence is already up with the DD rune. Look at it go to work. They did not stand a chance, and they have themselves another global if they need it. As Puppy did pop that one, and Ace is just sitting over here laying into them. They do manage to find him though. SCCC trying to bring him down low. Can they kill him off? Still running away. Ace trying to deal with this. He still hasn't popped his BKB. Finally does now. And mid one on top of Moogie. They're laying into them as he jumps forward into his death. They kill off Puppy.
So many
might not be worth it. Another buyback comes out. Absolutely everybody from Newbee's buyback. A triple kill for Ace as they chase forward for more. Does Lina want to buy back too? I don't know if this is a fight that they can take anymore, but KP and Kaka keep running forward. That was huge for Secret.
Yeah, that is 4 buybacks for Newbee, 2 for Team Secret, and Secret only gained about 500 gold, but it's a 5K loss for the side of Newbee. That cost 2,300 gold for Amarana between the death and the buyback.
And you know, as always is the case in these late game scenarios, the biggest thing is that cooldown on the buyback. Only Lina has it now. And they're trying to go in for Roche, but Bloodright is being spammed from outside, and Kaka going in for this. He does have his level 25, so the status resistance is what he's decided to go for. They throw in missiles, they throw out everything, and Hex for the moment, they managed to find the Winter's Curse onto 1, but is it going to be enough? Ace is still just trying to tear them apart, and Kaka taking a lot of the brunt of this damage. The Hurricane Pike to push him back as well, and meanwhile, mid one just rolling forward. They're going to, again, cold embrace Kaka. You get a lot of value in this one.
They got
to kill him off. That's actually going to be Yapsor did as well for 2 minutes. Ace is just completely destroyed them. Do they have any control? Do they have anything at all? They can see him, but the Wraith Fire Blast, it goes out. No, he went out of vision. And now dodging the arrows. They don't know where this guy went. They're all running the wrong direction. Oh, no.
He stood tall for so much that fight. Just able to stand there. I can't believe how many of them survived. We were just able to ignore him. I thought that fight was going to be a lost cause for sure. But now they're back in the pit. They've driven off Secret. Buyback is still ready for the Clinks and the Bloodseeker, but they can't get into this engagement. And that's going to be Age's Cheese Refresher. The creeps are banging at the tower. Faith will TP the mid, and Ace is going for the play. He wants these racks up here.
Yeah, he's thinking about it. He needs to be so careful, though. He's going to instead go for the Winter Wyvern first because he knows the Winter Scourge would destroy him. There's the Hex. There's the jump, the silence, and soon to be the kill. Can they get out, though? It looks like possibly arrows. It's not going to be there.
Looks like KP missed his blink. It's stuck in the trees. It'd be cut out there, too. So it might have been another avenue cut off. But
they maintain the gem. It's on the Wyvern.
Also, not losing the rack's pretty important, too.
That's a good one. 8,000 gold lead for Secret. But it's also them that's been sort of pulled into this buyback wars. Right now, the only ones with buyback in the game are the Clinks and the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, and Newbee have all the bad timers going. So there's a chance that once Puppies is up, perhaps, they want to start pressing forward a little bit. However, the fact that they got the Aegis, the Gs, and the Refresher on the Dire is likely going to be enough to just hold back any threats from Secret. KP has turned himself into quite a beast now, too. Like, the fact that he has this Aghanim Scepter, he has the Refresher Shard, so he didn't go for the Reincarnation mana cost, and I think it was because he wants to be, like, focused down by Ace. Like, Ace is... It's pretty hard for Ace to defusal through 1,300 mana, right?
Yeah,
it should be fine. I don't think it's a big deal. He has a sight.
The sheep stick, that's the...
It'll be okay. So now he has double sight, and then possibly double ult, although that's pretty unlikely because you're probably going to want to use both your sights like in tandem or something. So we're pressing forward now with the global silence. Everyone here. Ace with the DD. They maybe could try and start a fight mid. Ace is going to hope there's no detection here.
There is a sentry ward down.
Ace just goes high ground.
Come out.
Vision.
They're thinking about it.
Rats go.
They're just completely gone, but they find the Hex out from KP and now isolating him. They're turning into Ace and he's down low. BKB out, he's able to walk away on the other side of it. KP, or Kaka rather, brought down low as well. SCCC is not able to find Puck in the face yet, but there's the stun. Nicely done. Mid one also running. And it looks like they're going to get out. Although, KP Chase.
They were so close to killing Ace.
Refresher blink, do it. No, that's just a single blink, and there's gonna be the Hex follow-up, mid one. They don't realize he's there. There's the second Hex, they got him caught.
Oh, they don't want Silencer anymore.
This is a big kill, taking down the Bloodseeker, and heals back up after the fact. Yaptor also is dead. Secret is falling apart.
Bottom lane, Ace is trying to make a play on the Winter Wyvern.
Can they kill him off? Oh my god, Ace. You can't keep letting him get away with this. He is just running wild in this game.
Oh, KP's gonna try and make a play. He's got the gem, he's got the blink. Oh, can't quite get him though. Good juke by Ace. In fact, he's going right back up to the other rack. Don't you do it.
Oh my god.
I thought the madman was gonna go back in, but he's just going to the lane.
Man, and still, like, the fact that you right now have 2 heroes dead for 70 seconds with no buyback, and it feels so hard to do anything at all, although Puppy Chased does not have...
I was wondering what happened if Neon this. The stash resistance actually ridiculous against the bash.
Ace shows up though, it just turns to Kaka. He pops his BKB, doesn't have it range though. He's gonna lose the gem.
That status resistance just saved Puppy so hard. That was ridiculous. You think you can just combo someone down so easily as Ursa, and he just starts walking again.
Middle tower shouldn't have to take
yeah, that's pretty rough. And they don't have buyback on either the Winter Wyvern or the Ursa, but Newbee still smelling blood and feeling like this is something they can do at this point. Newbee is so strong.
Yeah, he has a minute left on his Aegis, but it doesn't make you feel that safe right now, I don't think, though, because like if he goes down here, I feel like he's just gonna be stuck for a second one. But buyback's not gonna come out from mid one.
And look at Ace again, turns forward. They try and lay into him, jumps forward.
Okay, so he'll pop his BKB for that, and that means he might just err on the cautious side here for a bit.
61 minutes, 6,000 gold lead for Secret, but the respawn times and, more importantly, the buyback status is soon to be in the favor of Secret.
That's going to even us up here, though, in terms of potential for taking shrines. Now, Newbee can go on down and get the one near the Roche pit for Team Secret and try and control up that next fight, because that's basically where we're at now. We just think about Roche all the time.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, we started with Roche, we'll end with Roche probably. That's how this game goes. 25 talent, for that Lina. Anybody else that's not 25 yet?
No,
Just
we're all there.
Puppey.
Oh, sorry. And Puppey.
Poor Puppey.
So yeah, plus 2 second global silence. That seems pretty sick with these BKBs winding down. Don't think he's got quite enough damage for the glaives to be worth it.
Probably not. Searing a multi shot, we've already seen it. And the Blood Right cooldown for the Blood Seeker. Able to spam that to great effect. We have the Splinter Blast 2-second stun as well. The Wraithfire Blast with the Reincarnation.
If YapzOr manages to get Laguna Blade, that is going to be disgusting. That is so much damage.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
My blood runs.
Gonna need to guard that one really, really well. So
Newbee feel the desire to leave their base. 2 heroes showing, backed up by allies nearby. I would love to see an Eon disc on Faith too. I feel like he's still very crucial. He was the one who was winning them those mid-game team fights. And they're gonna need him once more, and that would help for these ace solo pickoffs too.
Is also getting into the buyback status. Pretty much, it's only going to be Lina in a second without it.
That triple arrow almost connected onto YapzOr, but it gave them the vision. Pinged out now from Mugi.
I mean, that's the thing that's so strong about it. It's not even the hit.
But at the same time, you know, practically infinite Moonlight Shadow is also pretty good vision, especially because they keep winning the gem battle. I mean, it's currently on Puppey, but he's not always going to be in the front line.
And if he is, you're pretty happy with that. Just blow that guy up.
Yeah.
Winter's Curse. Stolen Winter's Curse. Scary situation. And Winter Wyvern dead. And that's what you're talking about, that Aeon disc. Would have been nice.
Ooh, that is a nice ticket to high ground. Bots 2 is now purchased on Fada, but he doesn't have them. They're back in the base.
I mean, that's like the best high ground defense ability that Newbee have right now is Winter's Curse. And now Secret have it and they don't.
Bit of an issue here.
Identifying these timings so key to being able to win these late game team fights. And the last tier 3 tower soon to be taken as it's only on 18 HP in the mid lane.
So the cheese is on Kaka and the shard is on KP. Double sight is what we're looking for. And there's the bots too.
Wow. Initiation comes out, a long lift, pulls him away. KP gonna be coming back in just a second. The Wraithfire Blast is there as well. The Light Strike Ray connects, but there's the Sheep Stick going forward onto the Lina, steadying the fight.
Only a 40-second CD now for KP, so not a big deal. That's basically just a creep wave away, right? They still have to wait for that to come back, so just nuke the next creep wave and you'll be fine.
Again, buybacks. Everybody has it right now except for the Ursa, and they're hoping to be able to hold off on buying back on the Winter Wyvern. When Wyvern's back, we'll have Winter's Curse available.
Oh, Ace is in, there's no detection.
They have the Hex though right away, he's just dead.
He just got jebaited so hard. They had the gem on the Wraithing that whole time.
Oh my god, and now Puppey, they need to get out of here. They have global, but YapzOr did steal Laguna Blade. That is a ton of damage.
He just walked up there. They thought the Lincolns would be enough.
No, it clearly was not, and now they've found themselves another one. Silencer also dead. They both have buyback. KP refreshes. Thinking about chasing, but was silenced. In top lane, you've got Faith just defending against the push from the creeps.
I think they were trying to find some sort of a cheeky play with the Blood Raged Rubik, right? Because he had Blood Rage and he had the Stolen Laguna Blade. And maybe the two of them, they're going for a solo play. They can easily kill Faith. Wow, Ace just got blown up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The only problem is that they can't really push out and get too much done, so it's only a fight inside your own base. It's not the end of the world for Team Secret.
Wouldn't it be crazy if that ended?
Oh, there they go. Ooh, just look, the Lincoln's popped on SCC. Couldn't get off the lift in time.
I mean, it really is like those couple of kills haven't changed the game that much. Like, nobody had to buy back. Oh, Hex. Raid King. Wanting to chase, but not happening. And Roche going to be assaulted now. And this does change things as Newbee going to be able to secure themselves another round of Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard.
Yeah, shouldn't be an issue here.
Still
15,000 HP looks like nothing.
There's still 2 tier 2 towers on either side lane. Like, Newbee have a lot of objectives left to claim. That plus the shrines.
And all 5 buybacks for both sides, but more importantly, just like for Secret. In terms of you actually try to push high ground, go for some game-ending play, it's not gonna be that easy.
Definitely feels like the right play here. Get some vision down, secure these objectives, and it is gonna be the puck going back for the Dagon now.
So that'll remove the Lincolns from the inventory, though.
Maybe you can swap it in after the Aeon Disc procs or something.
Yeah, or the ulti too, the other option. Throw your Dream Coil and then switch out your eggs.
Yeah. It is Kaka into this along with SCCC. They throw out arrows. Apparently, Dota Plus favoring Secret at the moment. As bottom lane is pressured in from Ace. Looks like Newbee are going to be content with their push along the top side of the map.
Yeah, it's hard not to favor the team that seems to have the better split push, and I think we can give that to Secret. Just the way Fada's been playing this whole game, having the bots too, just constantly going later and later. He has so much gold that he is almost to the point where he buys moon shards. Like, it's just this last Dagon recipe, and he's just hit the surplus for it, so. Yeah, Fada cannot carry the gem, though. He's way too rich for that.
Definitely should be buying wards, though.
That's true. That is the worst feeling.
No doubt about it. So they have 3 minutes on the Aegis, and I don't know if Newbee are going to feel confident trying to go for just a straight up high ground push. I mean, I guess in a way, Secrets isn't as scary to push into as Newbee is.
Yeah, these games get into this weird moment where you just look for somebody out of position, and it's not like a good ward-based game really when it gets this late in Dota, because you don't have these typical like smokes that lead into a bunch of wards laid down and then someone has to be there by themselves pushing and stuff. It's just late game Dota gets weird. It's all different and it's all just over in a flash.
Yeah.
Like a team fight will just erupt in the oddest place because of a single, like this courier just like floating by to a certain part of the map. You know, any ward that spots that courier going, that's kind of stuff that can just give away an entire game. Fortunately for Newbee, there's nothing there.
But Newbee is spotted here. Kaka by the ward, which they missed with the gem.
All right, both teams heading towards the other's base. Mid one will lose the game of chicken and return first.
As far as TPs go, they have bots on just about everybody, so Mugi can start to assault this tower.
Ace is just where Ace is going to get that Rax, though. If they can just hold them here, Fada, oh, I know that's got to be tempting. A 5-man Dream Coil. Is he going to stop the CP?
He's thinking about it. No, they're not going to go for it.
They can't see. They forced out the glyph top. They were in prime TP canceling position, but Secret again patient.
That Sheeta's guard just barely clipped him, so he knew Lina was there, at the very least.
Well, you know Secret just took a timer on that glyph for sure, so it's going to be another 4.5 minutes until that's going to be back to the side of Newbee, and now we play the rat game. Fada on one lane, Ace in the other. Try and create a scenario where you can easily chip away these buildings and...
Yeah, and again, it's just like, it's one of these things where you just have to play it as perfectly as you can. 180 gold for the bounty runes there, because every single game matters for these players. Like, you want to get out of lower bracket if you're Newbee right now, and Secret likewise, not wanting to drop anything at all, because there's a chance that they could fall into it. Yeah,
the best thing Newbee have going for them, honestly, right now is this night vision on the Winter Wyvern, because that's the thing that can win you one of these stupid team fights that appear out of nowhere, is that you're the one who's going to have the first vision because of this talent.
Fight around the night. 70 minutes in. It's a 4,000 gold lead. Buyback status has not changed in a very long time.
Oh, Moonlight Shadow. So the last time Secret saw them, it was all in the mid lane. Now the illusion's coming through, finds no one. They don't know if they're invis. They're not sure what's going on. Oh, the blink forward.
They see
Probably knows they're on top.
They're looking for him, looking for that opening. They find the Hex. Are they just going to give up their captain? I think that that's the answer, because you do not want to take this fight when you don't have the vision around you. Still has buyback. Newbee going to defend the top lane because they know that it's going to be pressured in from Fata. But it's a start.
That was a great Moonlight Shadow. Went right through the puck illusion, and Secret thought they were safe.
I mean, it is still like, that doesn't necessarily open up all that much for Newbee to do, because you can always just buy back global, right? Like, start stacking refresher orbs.
It's not the hero they wanted, but It takes away from your ability to really split push and rat as much as possible because you don't really want to have to buy back his puppy, but if he's alive, he doesn't necessarily mind dropping the global for you at this point.
Yeah.
He's gonna have his refresher shard soon on puppy as well. He's a 5,200 gold surplus.
Game Dota.
So that's gonna be
+2 global.
Yeah, refresher shard double.
16 seconds of global silence. Ooh.
Yeah, and if you look at these heroes, I mean, there's the BKB is 5 seconds on Moogie. Ooh, that could be pretty devastating. But they have a lot of damage when they're not silenced too.
Right.
Can't rely on it that hard.
Till Silencer is back, our newbie trying to test the waters. They're thinking about it. They're throwing out arrows. Hit there onto Clinks.
Got him.
They need to hit all 3, I think, for them to really come on going.
Yeah.
And again, it's just backing out, getting vision, making sure that Secret don't have any of it.
Look how far back they're able to sit too. We haven't even talked about the Blood Rite cooldown. That just lets you keep waves back forever. Fade Bolt combined with the Puck. I mean, they only really need the Blood Rite.
So late game Dota is weird, you say?
Yeah, who would have thought?
Bloodseeker, where's this hero gonna go? Like, I'm trying to figure out, because you've got all of this gold on these guys. You could start trying to transition into something else. He's right now got an AC queued up.
Yeah, he's definitely a utility kind of guy, where he's looking for those really good plays with the Abyssal Blade and the Halberd, trying to control up the Lina and the Mirana, and just create space for Ace.
In a way, I feel like sort of the Rupture becomes much less important as the game goes on, where it's like it no longer is this thing where, I mean, the fight's going to happen regardless, right? And everybody, it feels like you almost need that burst damage in a way.
Yeah, everyone's generally able to stand their ground a lot better in the late game when they have a lot of items, and people have way more HP. Sometimes people just run right through it because it's just too much HP at this point. But the heroes on the dark side, that's not really that true. Like the Ursa and the Wraith King especially, but some of the squishiers like the Lina and the Mirana perhaps.
Smoked up right now. Kind of looking like they might want to do something. Mirana has picked up a Nullifier.
No, that's a good item in the late game.
KP. They are smoked up still. I believe they might have spotted them.
Need some of these arrows. There they go.
Oh, shit.
Puppy?
Oh
my God. The dissipation of that arrow was so close.
Oh, jeez.
He was probably a bit too far at that point either way, but... And then again, you'll take anything.
Everybody's just so afraid. And again, like last day of group stage TI, this is potentially, you know, talking about whether you're playing a couple of best of threes for like, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars or out in the first round, as they have found Silencer. Puppy already initiated on the arrow as he four-stepped forward, and now they stole themselves a couple of arrows as well, trying to turn it back against the mid one call for the moment. They blew up one right from the get-go, but Mirana is going to be sticking around a little bit longer because of that Wraith King Aghanim Scepter. They chase him down, and on the other side, Puck, but there's going to be the Winter's Curse thrown back against them. Lina in trouble. They steal over the Dragon Slate now as well. Fought to get the silence onto several, and that's the global. The blink away. KP is still kind of in there. They bought back on the Mirana, saying this is the fight that we want to take. Gonna throw in another round of arrows in just a second. They blow up the Wraith King one time. Can they find another? They take down Fana. He has buyback as well. Now looking forward to the side. They take down the Bloodseeker. That's 2 dead for
The start was so good, and now they're chasing Puppy once more. The Eon does his backup though.
All right, does he have another round of it? No more global silences. This is Newbee streaming ahead.
And it's a very early Roche spawn. Only 20 seconds away now. And with the arrows, you gotta think there's a vision advantage for the Radiant. So buybacks were used by the Bloodseeker as well as the Mirana, 1 per team. Ace doing 7,000 damage on the team fight, but still not enough to take it.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And I think Clinks is one of these heroes that sort of, you know, we haven't seen a lot of leading up to this tournament, right? And so it's weird thinking about him in these late game scenarios. But, you know, Searing Arrows, they are a flat damage percentage increase, so that becomes less and less valuable as the game goes on. Strafe obviously scales incredibly well, but Searing Arrows just flat.
Well, it is the Roche now for them with ease. Found it in the pit.
Desolina.
I like the Aegis for Movie too. I feel like he's been focused down very quickly, these engagements.
Buyback status right now. You have it.
Yeah, she's got her own buyback via Aegis, of course.
You don't have it on the Bloodseeker, though, who did use it a little bit earlier. And right now, Puck trying to hang on to his. Fata.
Jeez, KP goes for the bold play, just thinking maybe they're not ready for it.
And he is gone so quickly with the Wraithfire Blast. Reincarnation coming back in a second. He gets Hex. They have the Lincoln Sphere. Cold Embraces.
The arrow hits.
They're able to hit him. 4-step forward as well. They're able to take that one. Clicks is dead. He needs to buy back here. Although maybe they're just willing to save the buyback and say, we don't care about this first lane of barracks.
Jeez, what a play there.
They're going to buy back on him. Moogie also needs to be careful. They're the rupture, but then the forward pull, and now the secondary one still hanging around for the moment. The Cold Embrace keeping him alive. Blood Right span, and a lot of damage out onto one. It's again, that's going to be KP coming back in a second. They've caught themselves, at least for the moment. The Bloodseeker, he's dead. He's going to buy back. They buy back on the cells.
He's the last hope.
Out. I don't think that this is going to be enough, though. Yapzor's down as well. Can they hold out without mid one?
Well, if they lost ace there, it would have been over.
Jeez.
Question is, will Newbee get out? This game's definitely not done quite yet.
Dagons. Dagon.
Ace really needs this chase down. Arrow from Yapzor won't hit.
KP is 13 seconds away from having Reincarnation again.
Oh, he wants to go back in. He's got 2 cheeses on him, but he's going to head back home.
Yeah, they realize this wave is pushing in, and they're going to lose barracks otherwise. But
Yapzor, he goes in.
Leave you an opportunity to jump in here. Yapzor out of position. He's in fire for 2 minutes. They're still chasing forward for Fata, though. Moogie thinking about going in this one. Hits one with the arrow, but can he find any more? Does still have that Aegis. And he is going to have it reclaimed in just a second.
It's actually out-regenning it. No, not quite enough.
KP still not with his team.
They have 15 more seconds left.
I mean, they have 100 seconds with no Rubik. They have 60 seconds with no Bloodseeker. Secret need to hold out.
Isn't Dagon 5 though?
Oh, the arrow, they hit him again. They got him caught. There's going to be the global to try and turn it. Moogie jumps forward, but Ace dealing a good bit of damage there to him. That's
They just got baited in.
He just stood there and took the arrow, and now they're in a terrible position, but KP's back. Can they kill him off in time? Puppy the uphill misses. There's a Cold Embrace. Oh, and there's going to be the Winter's Curse onto Clink. Fata jumps forward. That means that he's going to be caught. Abyssal, and most likely killed off. Back yet again, Ace needing to run because all of Newbee is starting to destroy that skeleton man. Puck that also showed me. They've done it.
No refresher used there for Puck, and that's it. No buybacks. I think that he intentionally took that arrow on the Puck. He saw the Eon, and that brought Newbee back into a fight that looked pretty bad. But Secret weren't quite able to pull it out there with the jump back into the curse, cemented their fate, and Newbee, it started but that certainly was not the story of this game. Went the full distance. Another deep, long one here in the TI group stages. 79 minutes before Newbee will take it.
Patient play